I first knew of Cogs when Sparky and Donal, locations and designer, came skipping into my office, full of the joys. We'd got a script from Julian and we knew we needed to find a period farm.
And the way Downton works is we try and find locations in clumps. So we've got 2 or 3 or maybe 4 locations within a certain radius. We were due to film in Bampton, and I asked the guys in Patrick Strange Butchers, is there a period farm nearby? And good old Ollie said, well, try Cogs. And I was like, what's Cogs? Because it's in Witney. And it's about half a mile from the hotel that we've been staying at for years. So of course we came here with the production designer Donal, and as soon as we walked in the door, it was perfect.
Quite often when you go to period farms, they've been modernised. You might have one element that looks great from outside, but the inside has got an IKEA kitchen. So what was amazing about this find here was you had the full package. You had something that is beautifully period outside and wonderfully kept inside.
I think it's one of the best locations we've been to, I really do. You can't recreate this in the studio, it's just, I don't think you can anyway. I mean, this is real, it's spot on.
When looking for a new location, it's finding something that feels like a character in the show. If you think about whether it be here at Cogs or Highclere, they are part of the fabric of the show and they're just as much characters as Lady Mary or Robert. It's making sure they feel part of our language, really.
I think we normally have a day's prep here before we start shooting. Now, for health and safety reasons, you have fire exit signs or emergency lighting signs or security lighting. You're always going to have to cover something up, and that's where the art department come in and they wave their magic wand, put a few covers up, put a few bales of hay in the way. You know, bales of hay can cover all kinds of things.
When we came here for Series 4, we didn't need the interior. We only shot on the exteriors. But Julian had already given us the heads up that in the next season, the location would be featured more, so we knew we would need it inside. So actually, it was a great all-rounder that it worked for this series, but we knew it had the longevity to continue into the next series.
When they're working on the kitchen, big things come out and they bring something in. They put in a fake sink over there as well. And there's lots of small props, fiddly props, you know, to make it look sort of more lived in, so to speak. They do a fantastic job. You know, and I think that's the good thing about Downton. When you walk into the sets, they don't look overly dressed. They look natural.
Downton very much has its style, and especially when over the years we've had new directors join or new crew members, is making sure that we're still on that same style. And even down to the theme tune, I always think it's amazing that John Lund's wonderful theme, anyone just hears a few bars and they know exactly which show it is. And we try to think of that the same with the design, the locations, the costumes. You know, it's about making sure that the voice is still the same.
We have a massive circus that follows us. It's costume, makeup, catering, production offices. You've got to be able to get that there. You also got to be able to get the lighting trucks, the camera trucks, you know, the prop trucks. And it just fits in like a jigsaw puzzle. And it's a very film-friendly location, as well as giving us what we need on camera.
One of the reasons that all of the cast do love it here is that you have the freedom to concentrate on the work. And actually the work is the most important thing. We want to create a show that everyone adores as much as we do. And being given the freedom to do that without any excess worries is a big draw.
If you're going into a location and we're going to redress that area, but then the following day you're open to the public. With modern technology now, the best way to do it is obviously take a quick snapshot. That's what it's like now. The scales are there, the mangle's there. So the moment you remove it and put our dress in, when it comes to setting it back, all you do is look, quick reference shot, you look at your iPad and it's the mangle there, the scale's there, it's done, you walk away. It makes things easy for everyone. When we come back on our second visit, there's no point in being the scales there and the mangle over there, because you do get these beady-eyed fans who write in and complain.
Because of Violet's storyline, Violet is quite often at the Dower House or Highclere, so Maggie loves it when she can come somewhere different, and she loves the countryside, so she had a great time here. Laura, Lady Edith, really enjoys it here as well, because as well as it being quite featured in her storyline, she had some great scenes here, which means she will always hold it dear to her heart.
I mean, if I was an actor playing a scene in here, it must help develop your character. You're in a authentic kitchen. It's not like you're in a studio where above you'd have, you know, lighting rigs and microphones. You walk into this, and if you're not completely in character already, then I think this must be the final element of it, and it just makes you bang and gives you the performance.
Because we spend a large proportion of our time at both Highclere and Ealing Studios, I think everyone, both cast and crew, love it when you do days at other locations, because it feels different, it feels free, and it's just nice to be out in a beautiful location. I think we've all spent time talking with the pigs, rather than us having to find a location and then bring in animals from different places, which, believe it or not, is quite complicated because of DEFRA ruling and different farming legislations. Being able to come and have the access to the animals as well as the location, it's the full package. One of my funniest days on set was here. There was a sheep, and it had a particularly deep voice, and kept on sort of which actually sounds quite a lot like Jim Carter sometimes. And so I remember Michelle, Lady Mary, and Alan Leach, who plays Branson, couldn't stop corpsing, because every time they'd get to start their line, the sheep would mutter, and they thought it was Jim Carter talking, and we were all gone. We now know that Yew Tree Farm, Cogs Farm, is part of the estate. So in terms of the Downton world, it is very much fixed within our and the audience's mind as part of the family now. I have no idea what's going to happen until my email pings and Julian has delivered a draft. And that's what's exciting, is that you open every new draft going, oh wow, we've got that, oh that's new, or oh okay, we know that, so it keeps us on our toes. This location is absolutely perfect, which means you have no worry, which means we will return here time and time again, because we know how well it works for the show.
So, you will come back?
That's the big question mark. We'll have to tune into Series 6.